record. Okay, so we are on week 2. And also major shout out, major kudos. Teresa Weston won the prize this past week. So she gets to pick the book of her choice and the charger, the little phone charger. So she already told me she's picking The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek. A great, great book. I'm thrilled for her for that. And you guys, make sure you go in. I know a lot of people completed their work and just didn't put it on there by noon. So make sure you do that to be in the running for the prize if prizes are motivating to you. If not, that's okay. You know, whatever you're taking from this boom is perfect for you. So I hope accountability groups are going well. Drop in the chat. You know, if they are, if you're in a group and you're loving it, of course, feel free to reach out to me. If not, but you know, the groups are there for you guys to have the accountability, the chatter, the camaraderie, the community. For some people, that's what's going to be super motivating. For others, they're kind of like, oh, I can do this on my own, you know, and track my points and whatnot. The mindset and action threads. I think if you're looking for ideas, if you're wondering about daily action, if you're like, oh gosh, I'm not moving as quickly as I would, make sure you put something on each of those threads every day. Even if you have 15, 20 minutes a day, you can be doing that, right? Oh, I did my mindset, 10 minutes. Oh, I did my action, 10 minutes. Like you literally could do those 2 things and put them on there and feel accomplished for the day. And if you need ideas of what to do, look through the wealth of things that all these wonderful people are putting on there for you. So excited about that as well. And then, yeah, we're going to go into, so this week so the next 2 weeks are the first half of the system, okay? And some of you have heard this before, but it's always, you know, I mean, I always learn new even as I'm teaching and training. And there's always tweaks and things that we're doing to make it better. And we haven't actually looked at the leadersrisehere.com system since collagen launched. So I want you guys to be thinking, you know, how does this apply to collagen? And how can I apply this in this season in my business, right? So I am going to share, actually, let me see. Actually, I don't think I can I'm trying to figure out if I can make someone a co-host. I don't know how to do that. Actually, I'm going to do allow participants to share screen. And then Barbie, I'm going to see if I can just make you the host and still share my screen in case there's people in the waiting room. Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Okay, so what I want to bring up, okay, so leadersrisehere.com. You guys could go, literally you can go to leadersrisehere.com. This is like my back end. You don't have to right now. You could go, you can just follow along with me or you can pull it up if you want. The first 2 here, we're generating interest and we're inviting and presenting, okay? So generate interest, inviting and presenting. That is before the enrollment. That is before the person is enrolled. Then after they are enrolled, we are getting paid and we're getting our team paid. And then we're also retaining customers and keeping happy people and creating community through events and accountability and all the fun things that we do. Okay, so in your head, I want you to think through, gosh, you know, am I really good at this front half? Am I better at the back half? You know, I really believe that, you know, you can build a massive empire by getting just really, really, really good at step 1, generating interest. But if you're not getting your team paid, if you're not retaining them, it's going to be a lot harder to create a business built on stone. Same thing with inviting and presenting. You might be missing out on people if you're not mastering attraction marketing, okay? Same thing with if you're just focused on community and you're just focused on events and, you know, not getting those new people into your pipeline. So it really does all work hand in hand. So I'm clicking on step 1, generate interest. And I want to talk to you guys. Do you guys know, have you heard of the phrase interruption marketing? Has anyone heard of the phrase interruption marketing? I know some people have. Put it in the chat if you have. I know there are some marketers out there. Okay. And then there's also permission-based marketing. So these are the 2, yes, Barbie, of course. These are the 2 main types of marketing. And when we are generating interest, we are putting ourselves out in the world and we are getting permission to talk to someone about Isagenix, because we're permission-based marketing. A really good example of that, if social media is done well, is when you're putting posts out and you're doing stories and you're sharing over time, and someone reaches out to you and says, oh, I want some information on that. Oh yeah, can you, I actually think I'm interested. You know, isn't it the best? It's the sweet spot when someone comments on your post and they're like, hey, what is that? And you're like, I'll send you some more info. That's permission-based marketing. They're giving you permission. Another one, you know, if you put up a poll and it's like, you know, ready to get started. Yes, send me the details, or I want more info, and they click on it, and you can send them info now because they've clicked, they've given you permission to reach out to them, to be in their inbox. Interruption marketing, on the other end, it's things like billboards. It's things like, whoever has, drop a one in the chat if you've ever had someone knock on your door and show up literally physically at your house. They're interrupting, right? They're interrupting you. They're showing up at your door. We have a lot of them here in Prior Lake. I don't know why we have so many, but you know, yeah, Girl Scout. Well, I buy from the Girl Scouts, but yes, you know, we had a guy with solar panels. I didn't give him any permission to talk to me about solar panels, right? He just brought it up at my door. Or, you know, a phone number on a park bench. When is the last time that anyone has ever called a phone number of a realtor on a park bench and been like, oh, you know, it's trying to interrupt your day. It's trying to interrupt your flow. A billboard on the highway, right? So the thing that interruption marketing, when they do enough of it, their goal is to get quick results. The problem is it's a low return on investment. Very few people are going to be, you know, reaching out when it feels like an interruption. Very few people are going to, we can't be using social media as just this like interruption, this billboard, if you will. It can feel annoying. Whereas permission-based, it's a little bit, it's a way higher conversion. They feel like you're personalizing and targeting it to them, and it's about long-term relationships. And so I want you guys to be really thinking about this week as we go into generating interest. And my biggest thing for this week is going to be getting really, 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 really clear on who it is that we are marketing to, and doing a really good job of telling the story of who we are and what we have to offer and why it's important to them on social media. Okay, so as you can see in this whole step of generating interest, step one, use the products. We all do it, right? And transform with the IsaBody Challenge. A great piece under generate interest is also being out in the community, you know, carrying your shaker cup around and people saying, oh, Isagenix, what is that? You know, that's permission based. You're carrying Isagenix around. They're asking you, what is that? So this step is all around, you know, getting permission to talk to them. And next week, we're going to talk about inviting. We're going to because I believe both sides of the coin are super, super important. But today we're talking about that softer approach where you're putting it out in the world, you're living it out loud, and people are coming to you. Okay? So what I want us to take a couple minutes, you can see here, step 3, identify your avatar. So it's so super important, because if we try to market to everyone, we're actually going to market to no one. And you can look at any of the big companies, any of the big brands. You can look at Nike, Lululemon, Target, IKEA, you know, Starbucks. They're marketing to a very specific niche. There are 8 billion people on the planet. There are over 1 billion people in the markets that Isagenix is in alone. Okay, so take just a couple of minutes and write down some traits. Who is your ideal customer? Who do you want to be in business with? What's important to you? So I think, and it doesn't mean that you don't have space for others and for everyone, right? We have space, and people come to us that maybe, you know, don't even fit our avatar, which is awesome when we get really good and really consistent. But you know, my bread and butter is especially moms who come from a corporate background, you know, and you can see that in a lot of people that we've worked with that, you know, if I sit down across a mom who comes from a corporate or business background, it's like, oh my gosh, I get her pain points. She's going to get where I'm coming from. We have that immediate trust built up. Then there are traits, right? I want someone who is resourceful. I want someone who is positive. I want them to be a joy to be around. I want non-complainers. I want people who are coachable and they're committed to the long game, right? I want people who are business savvy. They maybe already kind of get, you know, how business works, just at the broad level, right? So what are those things? Some of you absolutely love working with like fitness people. Some of you, I mean, there's some amazing teams within this broader team of healthcare providers, right? And that is a niche. That is an awesome niche. There's multiple, you know. Sometimes we often attract who we are. So just be writing down some of those traits and throw a couple in the chat. I would love to see what are some of those things that you are specific to you. What is in your avatar? Curious, open, kind, authentic. Yes. So Teresa is really, yep, those are great characteristics and things that she's looking for. Independent, business-minded, confident, open-minded, healthy but wanting to be healthier. Mom's looking for ease. I love that. And Molly would be one to tell you her avatar has changed a lot over her journey because of where she is now. I know it. Lisa, mom, kind, hardworking, positive. Self-starters, motivated, coachable, positive. Unapologetic and courageous. You can imagine that Gretchen is those things, embodies those things, and attracts those things, right? Health conscious, goal motivated. Brian, yes, positive. I love it. Moms who need help navigating. Yeah, you guys, you got it. These are great. So the clearer you can get on who you're speaking to, all of your marketing should be speaking to them. All of your posts, when you're wondering, what is it that I should be posting this week or this day? What should I be talking about in my stories? It's things that person, you know, if you were on the call a few weeks ago when we had Scott Aaron on, he was talking about LinkedIn and he talked about from the passenger seat. You know, you're in the driver's seat, but what is your passenger, the person you're with, the person watching and scrolling, what is it that they're going to want to see? What is it that's going to excite them, that's going to make them engage with you, you know? And I think you know, if you are on stories, if you're, you know, using Instagram stories and you're using Facebook stories, posts, we have a lot, you know, I mean, I have a group of people, they're the same people that we constantly resonate with each other because we, you know, it's like we kind of fit each other's avatars. And the goal then is to broaden that. And the goal is to have that be really telling a story over time with that know, like, and trust factor over time. I love it. April, you have snowboarders. Athletic, business-minded, positive, and fun. Yes, Danny. Confident, hardworking, positive, goal-oriented. Good, you guys. Okay, so you have your ideal, your avatar. Then the main other thing I want to talk to you guys about is that when we are talking on social media about what we have to offer, it's a very old sales principle, is that people buy with emotion and they justify with logic. Okay? So people buy with emotion and they justify with logic. So the more that your posts, and you know, there's so many different things that you guys that hit home with you for Isagenix. I love reading through the conviction statements, why you're here, probably what your favorite product is different. But what is it for you? What's true for you? People buy with emotion, they justify with logic. So on your social media, you want to be using emotion. You want to be relating to people. And so, you know, there's this other concept of when we're talking about the products or we're talking about our solutions, we want to be talking about the benefits to the solution. Okay, instead of the features. because the features are the facts, right? The facts, the 24 grams of undenatured protein, and the ashwagandha in the Ionics, and the fact that the collagen comes, that it's bottled in 0.15 seconds. Those are things that are they're more interruption. They interrupt someone's flow versus drawing them in with emotion and talking about the benefits. And you guys have been doing such a good job with your collagen posts. I've read through them. It's so fun. I saw Emily Jeans just had one out today where we're talking about the benefits, right? The more confident in our skin, or I've tried everything in the past and haven't found something that's worked for me. This works for me. Or Gretchen, you're funny. Or the glow, it just feels better. Or I don't need to use chapstick. That's a benefit, right? A benefit of the collagen. Most people do not care where it's sourced from. And if they do, that won't be the thing that catches their eye as much as the benefit. You grab them with their emotion, and then you can talk facts if it makes sense. For real, Gretchen, nerd alert. You guys, we all do it. I mean, and that's just why I'm talking about this tonight, because I think it's super important for us to remember that people buy with emotion, they're thinking. And so, if you can, I literally just talked to a friend of mine who is at her wit's end about her acne. And she's going to go see a dermatologist, and she's tried creams and all these lines and spent a ton of money. And I just said to her, I said, this is risk-free. Like, her name is Rachel. And I said, Rachel, what if you didn't have to get into the dermatologist? And what if we could just give it a try? And here's a bunch of before and afters. And I showed them to her, and she said, okay, the minute that my bottle of what I'm using right now is gone, I am in. Because we just had a conversation about the emotion around what she's experiencing in her face, and not about what's in the collagen and, all those different things, the glass bottles. So I want you to really, when you're talking with someone, go there and go through, imagine how good it feels. Oh my gosh. Yes, Kenzie, you're totally right. There are so many good before and afters. That's the other thing. What we have right now, you guys, is a product that it grabs people's attention. They literally look at it and they want to talk to you about it. I've been just in these past few posts that I've been doing, I've had people come to me, which is very, very exciting because, I do think before and afters, they're all over now, right? It's becoming more of a billboard. People are tuning them out. This product, there's not something else like it. Like, you can capitalize right now on what's available to us with this product. And I would say not just collagen, but I would say in general well-being, the art of well-being, in general your conviction statement, right? People are going to care more about the emotion in what you're creating and the passion in your voice and when you talk to them than specific semantics about we're number 13 on the Direct Selling Association and the company's been around since 2002. Those are the facts. Those are the features of Isagenix. What are the benefits? So think benefits. What is my passenger? What is my avatar going to benefit from? Yes, before and after Strike Emotion Barbie. Great point. Okay, so I'll give you guys your couple of things here. I want to hear just a couple. So there's two women who have been doing just an incredible job. I'm going to stop sharing just with their attraction marketing, with their consistency, and they both enrolled a ton of people and are topping Leader in Action right now. So I'm going to have them each share just a couple minutes of what it is that's working for them. Danny, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Awesome.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So yes, the last 2 months have been crazy with the collagen. One of the things I did right away is the first time ever I started tracking my Leader in Action. I never did it before. I thought it was stupid. I don't know why, fuck the system. Like, I don't want to do it. So I started following that. I think watching the numbers and actually be like, oh, I want numbers here. So I'm helping my team get paid. That's how it boosted so fast. Just watching that was exciting. And also once when I heard the collagen was coming out, I printed off my whole team list, anyone that was active, not active, terminated, whatnot. I printed that whole thing off and I reached out to every single one of them. No judgment, just reached out that this new product's coming out, want you to know about it. I'm going to create a group. Do you want in? Some people are like, yes, some people are no. Actually, no one really said no. There's some crickets, but everyone said yes. So I'd add them to the group, or I want more info. So I just provided them with more info. And then Hillary Courtney did a talk, I don't know, probably a month ago, and she provided verbiage too of reaching out to people. I think it's similar to what Allison has in the group. And again, just reached out to people with that and no judgment. I actually had someone who I didn't think would even say yes, and she said yes. She grabbed her husband and her mom, just boom, consulted them the same day, where I was like, okay, like just, and also sharing the bonuses with everyone. Instead of calling it comp plan, I told everyone, hey, grab 2 people and you'll get $250 at that time for referral bonuses. And just hearing that, people are like, oh, really? Like, yeah, it's pretty simple. Grab 2 people. So I think people got more weirded out, or maybe I was weirded out by saying comp plan, but when I'd say referral bonuses, it just flowed out easier. What else? Also just being consistent, creating that interest before collagen came out, and then also just keeping with it. But like Allison said too, don't just be this constant billboard of just Isagenix. Like, here's my Isagenix stuff and here's my life. I'm a hot mess and here's some collagen. You know, like different stuff where people want to see that. Same thing with stories. Keep those up too, because people maybe only look at stories. Some people don't look at them at all. So just my recommendation is stay consistent and use a leader in action.
So good, Danny. Yes, thank you. No, I've totally seen it. And what's cool, she's been popping consultants left and right. And some of them joined the boom, right? But some of them did not, because they don't, and that's awesome. She has this referral bonus, sort of just, you want to grab a couple friends. And then she has a flow to then bring them in if they want to actually be like a part of the team, but they don't have to, they can choose. So yeah, awesome. She's absolutely crushing it. Thank you, Danny. And then Barbie enrolled 12 people in January, and she told me it's not just on collagen, but it is mostly people through attraction marketing and permission based. So Barbie, you want to share what's working?
Yeah. Don't look at my social media lately. You guys, it ebbs and flows. And so I also want to give yourself grace, because there are some times where I am like super, super consistent on my social media, and then I fall off the face of the earth, and I just enjoy my weekend with my family and I don't post anything for a couple days. And so just know that that's totally fine, but just remind yourself that consistency is key. And I will tell you, I didn't talk to anybody this weekend about Isagenix or collagen. It's because I wasn't showing up, so like show up, because if you're not posting, people will feel as though your doors are closed. But so just give yourself grace if you have been inconsistent in the past, or you find yourself in a slump. Like, it's so easy to get yourself out. Take pictures throughout your day. You don't have to post throughout your day, just post whenever you find time. So give yourself grace if you haven't been consistent or you find yourself in a slump right now. But I would say, honestly, like what January brought and even February brought, I was super consistent about posting about collagen before it launched. And every single person, whether they answered a poll that they were interested or anything, I was super intentional about sending them information like leading up to it. I also, every single person I sent a recommended cart to, and that was probably a good 20, 25 people. I will tell you that not one of them enrolled based off of my recommended cart. Not one of them. I've had to follow up multiple times with every single one. We hear all the time that the fortune is in the follow-up. And that was 100% the case for me. Is I followed up with people. I would say, hey, just wanted to make sure that that message came through. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, if you're still interested. And then I would say like, hey, they just came out with this amazing video, and I would send them the Emily Vavra video, right? I would just send them the Emily Vavra video and just saying like, this is super great information regarding the collagen, but following up multiple times. And then also making sure that I'm commenting on their stories about non-Isagenix stuff. So like if in between my Isagenix messages and follow-ups, that I'm actually engaging in their life. Because if I'm commenting on their stories, or if I'm asking them about other things in their life, they're gonna get an automatic reminder that like, oh yeah, Barbie sent me that recommended cart, or oh yeah, Barbie sent me that video and I haven't checked it out yet. So making sure that you're also following up or connecting on stuff that's not Isagenix, it's also a friendly reminder for them just to, just like you said, Drew, an indirect follow-up. But it's super intentional. Be super intentional about doing that with every single person. And I'm like, Danny, I never did the leader in action, but one of the things that I have done is I have my sheet with me, but I also write the names of every single person on it. And so that like I put a check mark if they enrolled, and then if they didn't, you better believe it goes to the next month. So I'm keeping them in my funnel. That's just a way for me to have it in front of my face. And so I know that like, okay, Danielle hasn't enrolled yet, but I followed up with her in January. I followed up with her in February, and now it's March. I'm going to be following up with her again. Just helped me stay super organized so that people don't fall through the cracks. And then I felt like there was a question. Did you have more success on IG or Facebook? I feel like my stories were more effective on Instagram. I actually didn't put collagen on my news feed at all within Facebook, but I had a lot of crossover. So I posted majority of my stories in IG and Facebook. I would say more of my random enrollments came from Instagram, but more of my people that I have relationships with came through Facebook. I don't know if that's helpful or not, but yeah, I would say just making sure that you keep track of everyone that you're connecting with, because I will say like plenty of those 12 enrollments in the month of January could have fallen through the crack had I not had their names in front of me every single day as I was looking at my leader in action formula. Because I mean, who can like put a 1 in the chat if you can say like you are top notch, the best at keeping track of it, or put a 1 in there if you're like, it falls through the crack all the time. Like, I mean, I have been terrible at my follow-ups until now. Now I have everybody there. I keep track of every single person. So I would say that that was a big shift for me. So I don't think your carts expire anymore.
Okay, so that's what I thought, that they don't expire, but I had 3 people this weekend start a cart and then not finish it, and I got notices saying that it's expired. And I don't know if that's just like the distance they got into the cart, you know, and that link still works, but whatever changes they had made that expired. So does anyone know?
So I think it's because they maybe switch it all just to the back office instead of back office switch it to the app. Do you realize that just happened like yesterday, and then all the problems happened yesterday?
So I wonder if that switch.
What do you mean? I'm not following.
So now you can do a full recommended cart in the back office. You don't have to make it in the back office and then go to your ISA Life app.
Okay.
So that's what I figured, because I had people on Sunday there's 3 people who tried to enroll from previously made recommended carts, and no one's would go through. They would get stuck halfway through, and I'm like, I can see you like doing this. And they kept saying, well, it's telling me I'm going to get an email. I'm like, what? You shouldn't get that. So when I went in and realized that it was just recommended carts in the back office, I made a whole new link for them, whole new cart, and then it went through.
Are you doing them out of Penny or out of your ISA Life app then?
No, I'm just doing it straight from the back office. You don't have to do it through an app now.
Okay.
Like you can create it and share it straight from your back office.
Okay.
So it sounds like maybe a tech glitch during this transition. It should not expire. Like I've
had other ones months before that never expired, and this weekend I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So yeah, I'll see if I can find anything else specifically on that, but they should work, and you should be able to do them straight in the back office, or if you want, go to Penny or ISA Life as well. So I did one this week that didn't have any problem, but she did it like right away. So, okay. And then, yeah, thank you, ladies. That was so great to hear from you guys. Honestly, so helpful. So this is for this week, and then we'll just wrap up. This is it. So this week, to go along with the theme of generate interest, this cute little Yeti can koozie, which would be so cute on your stories if you're talking about Bia, pink or another color if you prefer. And then along with this tripod. I love this tripod with this little click remote. I have it. It's honestly, you guys, like having gear that helps you set up so that you can video. So, you know, and to Barbie's point, you don't have to be doing something and then adding it to stories right there. You can be capturing, capture, and then put it all together at night or when your kids are in bed or whenever. But these are both supposed to, you know, here to help you with generate interest. So I want you guys, identify your avatar, write it out and put it somewhere prominent. I have it right up on my mirror when I'm brushing my teeth. Anytime I'm in my mirror in the bathroom, I see the things that I'm looking for in people so that I can say, hey, Allison, are you being this today? This is who we're going out and finding today. And then I have add 3 to 5 people per day on social. So that can mean add them on Instagram. They can be people that just haven't been in, you know, maybe you're already Facebook friends with them, but they haven't been in your feed as much, or you maybe add them as see first. And like Barbie said, track them. We're trying to really get in the habit. And, you know, she said, like, don't let these people fall through the cracks. I just recently, there was a mom in a mom's group that said she's moving to Minnesota and she's looking for mom friends. And so I friended her and started going back and forth with her. We talked about just life. You know, it's not about bringing up Isagenix, but it's making a new friend. So, you know, social media, again, the billions of people we can be adding and getting in conversation with and just adding value to their life, right? And then this is a big one. Post every day something between now and next Monday and have something on your stories every single day. 80% lifestyle. Everyday stories, every day a post. And this is going to help us practice big, stretch big, so that then we can kind of be in a rhythm and be really just putting it to the test. Okay, so lifestyle, you could be putting memes, you can be putting, you know, some people out there are just incredible at it. You know, Gretchen posts constantly, Danny Leverson posts constantly. There are, you know, so Danny Schaefer's posts have been so good lately. Drew's, I mean, you know who Drew is and what he's about based on his posts. 80% lifestyle. And I'm going to start a thread for post ideas right in the group. So it's going to say post ideas. And if you're seeing good posts, screenshot them and put them there. Or if you want to shout out someone's post on the team that you see, I don't care if it's a product post, an opportunity post, a power post, or just a lifestyle post. We're just going to have a thread going so that, and then that way, you know, when this is all said and done, we have like a catalog of good posts. It could be a stories, it could be a static post, all those things. So by next Monday at noon, we're doing this, and then everyone will, who does it, just comment that you do it. I'm not checking it. Comment that you do it, and we will do our drawing next week. Okay, so awesome, you guys. Any questions, anything else? Otherwise, yes, focus more on value than the sale. That's super good. Heidi's the meme queen. That's what we have. I hope you guys have an amazing night. And yes, I love it. I can't wait to see everything you guys bring value to. This week, we're just going to go out there. We're going to live loud. We're going to attract in people and get their permission because we have what they want. We do. So make it a good week, you guys. Bye, everyone.